Hello, everyone, and welcome to LJ Spurs Chats. I'm LJ. I'm joined today by Big John, Simon, and Danny's back from his knee injury. How are you guys? We've won today.
Woohoo!
Trying to keep calm under pressure, but we don't know when it's going to happen again. So let's enjoy it while it lasts. Let's just quickly. I'm not going to run through the whole lot today because I know we're stuck for time. But Spurs, solid Spurs win at Brentford. A Vitali Janelt own goal and a Papsar clinical finish gave Tottenham a much-needed win after a different kind of display today against Brentford. Spurs boss Ange Postecoglou decided to resist the temptation of bringing Mickey van der Ven into the side with perhaps one eye on Spurs' Carabao Cup semi-final against Liverpool this Thursday. Spurs were a lot more solid today, intent on letting Brentford come on to them, and Brentford certainly did. 37 crosses in the Spurs box, along with 48 touches into the Spurs box. Speaking after the game, Big Ange said it wasn't a game we could go out and dominate. Brentford have had a week to prepare. We've had about 50 hours something. And in that context, the performance was outstanding. How do we feel about it, John?
Yep, I had an haircut.
I know. I thought someone had come on and I didn't know it was you, John.
I thought I've got to have a shave and an haircut now. Every time we've been, I'm going to have a shave and an haircut.
I'm actually feeling like I'm overdressed because I've got all the hair and you lot haven't got any.
Yeah, Danny, you have to join the bald revolution now we've won a game. What do you think of the game, Dan?
Most importantly, they got 3 points, which is much needed.
Shalom, Lee.
Frustrating in times, but I think you've got to look. We want them to win. At the end of the day, and they showed a bit of steel today. They were lucky today. There was some. I don't think Brentford were nowhere near at their best today, but look, we got the win. It was nice to see a bit of defensive steel about the team and not this gung-ho football which they have been doing over the past 4 or 5 months. So yeah, nice to see it. Few good performances. Thought Spence was immense today. And the more Gray plays at the back, the more he's just that ultimate all-round player that can just go anywhere. So yeah, happy days. Frustrating in some parts when you want them to break a little bit and they just seem to stop and then take a turn back, and they do this try and keep ball thing, which I think sometimes looks a little bit dangerous. But no, it's good. It was good. It was good to get the 3 points. Close the gap a little bit to the two teams above us. So yeah, all good.
Well, Simon, now Danny just mentioned Spence, and I think we could all be agreed it didn't take a Einstein to work out that Spence was by far the best player on the pitch. So I'm going to ask you this, perhaps strange quote from the Spurs boss was regarding Jed Spence after the game, when he said he'll be important to us until destiny. So I'm thinking, well, I'd make Destiny fight. As in my opinion, Spencer's been fantastic coming into the side, and arguably he's performed better than Destiny. So it'll be very interesting to see what Ange does once Udogie is in, unless he's on about rotating and Spence when he comes back. I thought that was a bit of a strange quote, really, didn't you? If you heard that before.
I mean, look, the ball's in Spencer's court at the moment, and he's got a few weeks now to kind of try and make that position his own. I mean, he's a right back anyway, so he kind of wants Porro's position more than a Doggie's. But more performances like today, and you'd think that a Doggie's going to have to struggle to get back into that.
Yeah, it's very strange.
I don't think he performed at a level today that I don't think I've seen a Doggie's get to.
But that,
so if he can do that consistently.
Certainly not this season.
How do you pronounce that? Is it Mbano or whatever? Yeah, that geezer there for Brentford. I'm a great fan of his. But today, I'm a great fan of his. But today,
he absolutely trousered him today, wasn't he? He was just in his pocket, not a problem. And the thing was, he was defending well and attacking well.
Yeah, he was.
Even Porro defended a bit today.
I think they were quite surprised actually at how defensive Tottenham were. I think that's probably caught them on the hop a little bit because you watched that they were resorted to
Everyone's leaving me.
The back, if you know what I mean. It was.
Sorry,
No,
Dan.
when you get a phone call coming, then.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh, sorry. Johnny left me, and then you left me and come back, so I didn't quite catch that. You was on about Oro didn't go up the pitch a lot today, did he? To be fair,
no, there wasn't from both of him and Spence. And I just think that it caught Brentford on a little bit on the hop today. That how defensive and how back that Basuma and Bentancur sat back and we weren't overzealous in our going forwards. So I think that's helped us today a little bit. And I think that caught them on the hop a little bit because there wasn't that space that Vizza and Mabero and who's the other guy? What's his name? Shard?
Yeah, Charlie, yeah.
Who played in that? I think that space is there for them. I don't think that space was there necessarily today because of the naturally of how they actually played a 4-2-3-1 system, which was nice to see.
Who's that, Johnny? Oh, Johnny's had to go. Oh, I tell you, something's going on here. He just had some bad news as well, so I hope this channel's not jinxed. Yeah, let's move on to the we've got a signing, lads. We've got a signing. So, finally on the transfer front, Tottenham have hijacked Lens centre-back from under the noses of Wolves. The 26-year-old has joined Spurs on loan until the end of the season with an obligation to buy. The fee's been believed to be around the 25 million mark, and he will sign a 5.5-year deal. For you that don't know much about him, he did actually play in the Premier League in 2019-20 for Southampton. After another loan spell in 14 plus, of course, he joined Lens. He's made 128 appearances for Lens, was named in the League One Team of the Year in 22-23. Upon signing for Tottenham, he was asked in his interview about his own playing style, to which he modestly said, "I'm a quick, powerful centre-back, adept on the ball, and very skilled in one-on-one defensive scenarios." Simon, what do you think to that signing? I'm quite happy with that, to be fair.
I mean, we at this point, if Dragusin didn't get injured the other day, I'd probably say why did we bother? But the fact that Dragusin did get injured, I think that it's timely, to be fair. So hopefully it will take a bit of pressure off of Mickey, because it sounds like Romero's just about ready as well.
Yeah.
So you kind of want to have at least 3 ready to go, and you kind of want to be able to rotate them, because I don't want to be pushing Mickey into another injury.
That's why they didn't.
It sounds like he can play in a similar way to. It sounds like he's used to and comfortable with a high line. So
he is comfortable with the high line, yeah. But as I said, I think Danny wasn't here. He's prone to hamstring injuries. And Danny, did you see? I'm not sure what team it was, but he failed a medical. Was it at Juve? I'm not sure.
Yeah, but that was down to they reckon, their medical team reckon that there was some. They weren't happy with his cardio side of the cardio results. So, I mean, I've heard of this a couple of times where people are just not. I mean, it could be he might have an irregular heartbeat, or he might have a heart murmur or something like that. That can all be to do. But of course, the media being media, they've made something big of it. Spurs signed a player, but actually, yes, he failed Juventus's medical. So I ain't reading too much into that. I've watched so many clips of him last night and this morning playing for Lens. I'm not being funny. He's literally, like Simon said, if he's mirroring what Mickey van der Ven's doing at the moment, big, he's powerful, can play. Do you know what I mean? He's got those physical attributes which I think we have in Van der Ven, but we don't have. I think he'll be all right. I think he'll be a good signing for us. I think we need that little bit more. I've just got reservations about Dragusin.
I'm not a great fan of Dragusin.
I don't think he adapts. I don't think he's adapted well to the system that he's been put into, and he's put under that pressure. I don't think he's that ball playing type that maybe Ange wants his centre half, right and left side to be doing. And Romero, we don't know what's going to happen.
I think Dragusin would be good with Mickey, because I think like Dragusin will deal with all the aerial stuff, and Mickey will deal with all the stuff on the ground, and between them, there'll be an all right pairing. But yeah, if you want a ball playing centre back, Dragusin's not your boy.
I think Dragusin needs to work on his distribution, or just give it to whoever's next to him, because he's not very good. He keeps doing his long passes and things. He don't seem very good to me.
They don't seem very.
Is there anyone else that you'd like Spurs to sign, Simon, before the window shuts? Do you think we'll expect any more in? Rumours are they're still after an attacker.
I mean, do you know what? We even with a full strength squad, we're still 2 or 3 super quality players away from being in that top 4 reckoning. So we still need, but they're not January signings.
No.
All we're going to get here is like plasters to cover up what we've got at the moment. So basically, we're going to paper over the cracks till the summer and hopefully get something then.
Well, I don't think he's very happy about it, Ange, but he's not going to come out and say it, is he? So, you know what I mean? Any rumours that you've heard, mate? I haven't heard nothing else. The Whisper thing.
The Gomez and the Diblin one keep. People reckon. Well, a couple of my mates have said that from down Tottenham said that there's grumblings that things are going to happen tomorrow quite quickly.
I think they will sign. They will sign that Dibbling, but he won't come till.
Yeah. I just think that I said to you today, Lou, when we were watching that game. For me, yes, we've got Sarr, Bentancur, Basuma. They are our main 3 centre midfield types that I'm talking about at this moment in time. Because you can't really, I don't include Maddison in that at this moment in time because I don't think he's physically adept to what Ange actually wants from that 3 in the middle of the park when he wants to play that 4-3-3. And I just think that it showed a little bit today that we lack the quality and the passer of the ball to find those passes. But then I said to you, there wasn't a lot of running today. There wasn't a lot of running from the boys. There wasn't a lot of movement up top. So maybe that was a little bit what we were seeing today. They were being a bit more defensive minded. I'd like to see us sign a creative. I think we are one of the. I think it's probably about 3 or 4 teams in the Prem that don't have. I think we're one of them that doesn't have that creative midfielder.
I think he's hoping Bergvall's going to do the number 6 next year. I think that's what I think.
Yeah, but see, I think Archie Gray should do that job.
Well, I think either of them could, to be fair. Yeah.
The thing is as well for me is that when Ben's playing, he seems to be the leader, but there doesn't seem to be really that guy in our team, the real leader. The only one that seems to show real leadership qualities is probably Ben Davies, and that's about it, really.
Yeah,
it's really tough to watch him play, and you watch it, and they all go about their business, and they're all solid. But you want someone to really
stand out leader.
Yeah.
But we don't. I'd say we don't have world class players, do we? Honestly, we don't have at this moment in time. In my eyes, we don't have world class players in positions where they are needed and leaders.
And more than that, we're not in a position to attract them either.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think the Tell deal was ever going to happen anyway, because let's face it, did he want to come and play for us when he could maybe go to Arsenal or something like that?
He's not going to Man United apparently now either.
No, he's not going to Man United, which I didn't think he would, to be honest. I think
Did you see the other one about Disassi?
He turned us down and all, didn't he?
Yeah.
I think that's a bit of a smokescreen. I can't see why they'd go for it.
Yeah, I can't see that. I can't see them, to be honest. I can't see Chelsea wanting to deal with us anyway.
I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that. That player with an agreement for 20 million. That's a real weird deal, though, isn't it? Because that Johnny Cardoso, it's the weirdest deal. It's a typical Levy thing, isn't it? Where they've got a deal where even if they don't buy him, they get some of the sell-on clause.
Yeah, but I don't think they're wanting him to go at this moment anyway, really, are they?
But I mean, it's only my opinion. Football's all about opinions. I don't think he's that much better than what we've got. And on the thing, what you asked there, Nightglow, about the Batty, they signed David Batty's son for Manchester City for $500,000 the other day. Yeah, he's supposed to be pretty good.
Where's this Watson play from Sunderland? Is he a midfielder or is he an attacker?
I haven't seen who Watson. I've not seen
some young lad Watson that Tottenham have been sniffing around.
He's sniffing around everyone, aren't they?
Yeah.
You don't know what to believe, you see, because they're supposed to. They're now saying that they was after Kevin Danzo right from the start of the window, but you just don't believe him, do you? But you don't know. You know what I mean? You don't know. I mean,
you don't. I mean, we could go and sign 3 players tomorrow, and they could turn around and say, "Yeah, we was after these players all along. We've been sorting the deal out." That's typical of what Spurs and what Levy would go and do. I mean, I didn't think the AC Milan boy, what's his name, Tomori. I didn't think he would come anyway.
Well, to be fair, Danzo's better than him, Danny. Anyway, so we've done all right.
I don't think he's any better than what we've got there. Do you know what I mean? Even playing Gray back there, I don't think he's any better than what he is. Yeah, okay, he's an established centre back, but I just think that some of these deals where the media's just blown it out, it's all about making Spurs look the bad thing at the moment. There's always been a media thing about Tottenham. Nobody wants to see Spurs do anything.
But they were blatantly taking the piss out of Spurs on Sky Sports.
Yeah, because somebody else turns down Spurs. Yeah, get on with it. Who gives an absolute flipping? I don't care. At the end of the day, I want somebody that wants to come in.
Yeah.
Like he's already said that, Dan. So God, if Spurs come in for me, I'm saying yes.
Yeah, because he's already starting for Wolves, Blake.
And regardless of whether he was the second or third choice, you're going to get more out of him because he's happy to be there. He's happy to make that jump.
That's what I want.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. You don't want somebody that can't get in Bayern Munich's team who's 19. Yes, he might have great potential, but let's face it,
he ain't going to want to come here.
He's not going to want to come and battle, is he? So I'm not really that fussed about the other deals, and even what I've seen of that. What's his name? Desi, whatever he is from Chelsea. I'm not been overly fussed on him either.
Oh yeah, that Johnny called. I can't remember now because it's so long ago. We brought Johnny. We haven't bought him, but we've paid a minimal amount to have first refusal on him in the summer, and if we don't buy him, then we get a percentage of the fee. That's basically. But I can't remember how much it is.
I don't think he's a bad player at all, to be honest.
It's clear that we're still a feeder club. Yeah, we are, because Levy just wants to buy players that are young, and then when they're worth more, sell them on. Yeah.
But that's always been Levy, and that's always been the Enoch and Tottenham way. We've seen
I'm
that.
quite excited by these youngsters in you, Simon, because they're actually outplaying, outfighting, out-trying the so-called proven players, in my eyes, anyway.
Yeah, I look. I mean, first thing, I absolutely loved it.
Yeah,
absolutely loved it. Because the thing is that all of those boys that came on when Dane came on, he gave us a bit of something extra. And then when Ajayi came on, he was just electric, and he was just like he really wanted to make an impact. And he, like 3.5 minutes into his debut, he's scoring.
Yeah,
and you can't say. And then it's been a long time coming for Mikey, and I'm glad that he got it.
Oh, he's still today, Simon. This is how the fans are these days. He had a difficult game. He's 17, and they're all on the Twitter. He's crap. Leave the boy alone. With these young players, you're going to get mistakes, ups and downs, aren't you? It's part of the learning.
Yeah, it wasn't a gun-ho game today.
No, it wasn't his type of game today.
It wasn't that type of game.
Nah, it's a shame. I think football fans have changed. I don't know if it's a generation thing because we're like old gits now. I don't know.
Well, the funny thing is like we're like now talking about Archie Gray like he's an old head as well, and he's still only 18. It's like the couple of times now we've been dicked, and the person who's gone out and faced the media has been Archie, and I'm like,
yeah,
and he's done a great job of it as well. But he shouldn't be
the
person that's sent out to face the media after he played that badly.
For me, he's the future captain of Spurs, playing in that centre of the park for me. All day long. I'm not being funny. That is 40 million, and regardless of whether I don't think he'll leave. I mean, he signed a deal. Tottenham don't have to go and make flipping money on him straight away. I think he'll be there, and I think that
be there for a while.
I'd like to see I'd like to see Scarlett start. To be fair, I'd like to see him get a good run in it because I'm not being funny. Richarlison offers nothing.
Oh. Scarlett came on, and I did see what he was on about from Thursday night. He said he's come back and not in the best of shape, and he did look to be struggling today. But yeah, you're right on Richie. He was not with it today.
No, Moore's only just back though, isn't he? Young Moore's only just back from injury, so you can't expect too much from him. Yes, he is a young lad.
Yeah, go soon. Oh, right. Let's move on. So we move on to Liverpool on Thursday. Apparently, Danzo might be partnering Van der Vel in the central defence in what would be some introduction back into English football after a number of years away from it. Anfield in a cup game under the lights is probably the biggest testing place to go. Spurs are going to have to be at their full at it, aren't they? You might need a bit of luck. I mean, I'm not getting my hopes up for this one. As I said the other night, I probably will once the game starts. Rumours are they've got a few players missing. I think Trent might be missing, but I'd rather him play actually because defensively I think he's poor. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to that game. But this is what I'm worried about. See, he could start, can he, Donzo, and have an absolute mare, and that's it. He's crap. He's this. He's that. But Ange has got a habit of done it. He done it with Van der Ven. He just chucks him, doesn't he? Would you chuck him in, Dan?
Yeah.
Simon? I would, yeah. We've got no choice, really, haven't we?
I would, because I purely simply don't. I think that it's a player that you've got a risk on. He's big, he's strong, he's powerful, he's fast. I think you've just got to. It may release that grade to go and sit just in front of the back four or wherever he wants to play it. And if it means him and Van der Ven playing, I'm up for that, mate. To be fair, let's face it. That's going to be, I think, is going to be our best chance of winning a cup this year. And regardless of whether it's Arsenal or it's with Newcastle, I think that if we've got players back, we can beat both of those teams.
Because in a one-off game, we can, yeah.
Yeah, I just think I would put him in there. To be fair, if he's had a good 4 days training, why not?
I still think Europa's our best chance because I still think 1-0 down, 1-0 up against Liverpool with 90 minutes to play at Anfield. I'm not optimistic about that.
But you're not going to keep a clean sheet, are you? I'd imagine.
No. Why do you think we'd keep a clean sheet today?
Nor did I. I see that as
they were poor in front of goal today, weren't they?
Yeah. I agree with that, Donnelly. I don't know if any of you boys saw it, but I saw an absolute magnificent assist from him the other day and an absolute magnificent finish. And if it was me, I would actually have brought Donnelly back. He's been absolutely brilliant on loan. He really is. I'm surprised he's gone out. I don't know if any of you two saw it. That assist, the goal.
The goal was good.
The assist, Danny, he was mental.
Yeah.
The vision he had.
He's a good player.
Yeah. I would chuck him in. I honestly would chuck him in.
Look,
remember I said this.
The future, if Spurs keep these players, with the ones that they've got there, the ones that they're signing, let's not get this wrong. Spence is only young. Kingsky, I think, will be our number one goalkeeper eventually. I think, even though Vicario's coming back, I think he'll be our number one.
He's got Kinsky's done well. How many clean sheets has he got already?
Yeah, I mean, okay, there was one dodgy pass today where he nearly slipped, but they're going to keep.
Yeah, he did it again. He did it the other week as well, didn't he? And he just about got away with it.
Yeah, but his distribution and he's in the box. He comes and punches. He's not.
Vicario's no good on them, is he?
No.
Vicario's a shot stopper, ain't he?
Yeah, I mean, we've looked to be fair, and it's actually something that we don't normally say. Yeah, he does. He's definitely a Michael Carrick flipping imitation, isn't he? Like him.
Probably stronger than Michael Carrick, to be fair.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, what you don't associate with Tottenham is that we're actually defending flipping crosses and corners and stuff. So
I know the result because a lot of people are saying, "Oh, we need Ange out because we were still losing games when we had the full team." But if you look past the result, I know it's a results business, but you could see improvements from certain things, defending set pieces. It was getting there. As I said the other night, I mean, with all these young players, maybe that's the two teams that he needs. You know what I mean? A mixture of both. Because I said to you the other night with that man, did you watch that thing I sent you, Simon? Did you have time to watch it? But when you watch that, that's what he needs. Like I said, he needs two teams to make it work. And the amount of youngsters what they've coming through, if you can mix them together and have a nice, you might have near enough 2 teams to make this work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is spot on. That is, yeah. See, that's what I think. What you just did there is spot on, and I think Bergval's got that for me. He seems to have all the time in the world because the best player of that was Dembele, wasn't
he? Yeah, he's
But that's like 4 or 5 players, and then he didn't play. Absolutely, we've never really replaced Dembele, have we?
No. We've never replaced him.
I know it's hard to replace him, though, ain't it?
Never replaced him.
Yeah, look,
Go on,
I was going to say, I was, you're saying about Liverpool. Then I was looking on beyond Liverpool, and the next Premier League games are Man United and Ipswich. So
relegation battle.
Two bottom half teams. So you've got.
Is the United game at home?
Yeah.
No, we could beat them, man. Yeah,
I think we'll beat both of them.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to be disappointed with anything less than 6 points out of that, if I'm honest.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, we just have to
wait. If you look at players that we're potentially going to have, we've got coming back, and potentially what we could add tomorrow. I mean, I'd quite like to go and have a push at that Visser and have a push at him and see how much they could get him for, because I quite like him as a forward player.
40 million, didn't they, for Visser?
Yeah, but I think they'll get him. I think they'll get him for less than that.
Is it? I think he's 29. I don't know if Levy want to do that.
He's 27, isn't he?
I don't know. That's what I 27 step. I thought he was 29. If he's 27, he might buy him.
We definitely need an injection on the flank. It's no good having Kulusevski out on that right flank, because for me, he doesn't offer anything out there anymore. It's because we've got used to him coming inside and having the ball and running from one side to the other and making things happen. For me today, I know it was defensive. We were more defensive, but Kulusevski just looks so much of a liability sometimes when he's got that ball in. He doesn't get the ball out of his feet and he doesn't push on. Do you know what I mean? It's like he wants the opposition players to almost like come and touch him and get a foul out of it, and I just don't like that.
Do you know what annoys me about him? The first thing is he gives needless fouls away, and I even say this to the Sunday boys team. I said, listen, I do not want you fouling them in their own third, because you're letting them off the hook easy. Just don't foul them.
Yeah.
Make it difficult for them. Don't foul. He always does that. And I don't know why Ange can't see it. Is that whenever we're on the break, in loads of games, it always seems to be Kulusevski what the ball goes to. Why don't you put someone fast into that position? So when it comes to transition, because he looks like he's running in treacle half the time. Then what's the point of breaking if you can't run? And I don't want to knock him, because he's been probably our most best, well, up to the last 5 games, our best player. But do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Someone fast. Like Richarlison, what's the point of giving it to him on the break? He's not fast either. Like you say, that was Visser. Boom. He'd be away, wouldn't he? There's just little things I think we've just got to work on, but obviously difficult with the squad he hasn't. But Romero, another report after the game, I don't think he's going to be ready for the Liverpool game from what I'm hearing. He's a very slow healer, apparently, so it might be that Danzo. Low IQ player. Yeah, he is, Yeah. I mean,
we've been saying this for ages.
Bentancur, to me, is the better out of the two. But because he gets the goals, Kulusevski.
Bentancur is the one that looks what we were saying earlier about people who look like they've got all the time in the world on the ball. Bentancur is one of those.
He is. If he can get back to his best, he was some player, wasn't he? But we've got a lot of skillful players like Bergval, Bentancur. We need, like you said, Tom, we need a massive leader, a bit of a hard man. You know what I mean? This Kulu is a hard worker, yeah. But he gives away too many fouls. He does. Even in our own box, he gives free kicks away outside our own box, silly ones.
See, I don't think he does him back either.
Pardon?
I watched it. I don't think he does. He doesn't like too much of the hard work. I don't think he likes that tracking back that he has to do now and then.
Let the ball do the work. Yeah. I think if we can manage to get at least one replacement or for our front three before the window shuts tomorrow. I'll be quite happy with that.
I mean, I can't see that. I can't see Angel Gomes coming, because why is he? Lille is still in the Champions League, aren't they? So why is he going to want to leave them at this stage now?
Yeah, because this format's cut the January window up a bit. Because before this format was changed to a league system, some teams would already be out of the Europa League, the Champions League. You know what I mean?
Can we now change our squads?
Yeah, we can change the squad halfway through. Yeah.
So Spence can come into it, can't he?
Yeah.
And Danzo can as well, can he? And Kingski.
Yeah. Which is massive for us.
Yeah.
And I don't understand what his problem is with Reggie, because I know he's not brilliant, but I think he's been solid when he's been at the left back to me. Do you know what I mean? He hasn't been brilliant. He's been all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you need the players in certain positions, you need to put a natural player into his natural position. I'm not a great fan of doing like round pegs in square holes, or whatever you call it. I'm not a great fan of that.
He trusts Spence though at left back, clearly.
So good today. He was you're right there again. Richarlison was embarrassing today, losing the ball. Yeah, he was. Oh, yeah. That's what I said to my boy. Actually, he's always on the floor.
Yeah.
We missed Solanke today, didn't we? We missed Solanke, one for holding it up, and two, how many times was there? A couple of free times where the ball was fizzed across the box.
Yeah.
And Richarlison doesn't make it. And Solanke would have scored twice today, I think. At least.
And Son wasn't at the back post either.
No, that was another. Yeah, I saw that one. He didn't make the run. So I didn't think. I know it sounds. I don't want to slag off Son because he's been a legend, but I think his time's come. What's he got? Romero's leaving. Yeah.
Yeah, Kozovic is a good player.
Yeah. There's that Danzo that we signed today is an obligation to buy. Apparently, they've got to buy him.
Yeah, but I'm not being funny. They'll buy him.
No, Harry boy. If Danny's on it, Harry, have a moan back at him, Jeff. He was moaning today, and I was playing it to Harry, and he was laughing at him. Yeah. But Harry was saying we were crap today. And to be fair, I was agreeing with it a bit. But then after the game, and I heard Ange speak,
I agree with that.
I now think, well, they were just sitting there. At least they weren't, at least they weren't thing. He's laughing, Harry. Yeah. Now I've heard what Ange is saying after the game, Dan, I'm not too bothered.
Do you think something's been said to Ange? Because
he said after the Chelsea game, that's who we are, mate. But it obviously wasn't.
I just think that with the Ange ball that everybody keeps going on about, we've seen for 10 games where they were rapid. They were literally running rings around everybody. People couldn't keep up with them. And then bang, you get a few injuries. And then all of a sudden, we've not seen that Ange ball, that pace, the fastness of the movement and everything. We've just not seen it. So that's realisation for me that he doesn't have the players in the squad already from last year and then on to this year to embark on what he wants to do. And at the end of the day, he needs... I've said to you all the time, though, I don't hate the bloke. I said, what I hate about him is that he's stubborn and he won't change his ways. And
I think we all agree on that, don't we? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Do you know what I mean?
It was a different kind of performance today, though.
Yeah.
I have to say.
Did you see the Man City goal? I think it was the fourth. Goal. And I'm not joking, right? They broke and there was two centre-backs there. And I said to myself, that's exactly like Tottenham. Because now Pep's trying to do it. He's sticking to his face. And Arsenal broke. There was 3 or 4 breaking. And all that was left on the halfway line was the two centre-halves of Man City. And I thought, that's exactly like us. So Pep's going to have to change it up a bit, isn't he? You have to adjust your system to the point. It's as simple as that. And until you've got the players to play your system, you're going to have to adjust and tweak, aren't you? It's as simple as that.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's the wrong one. I want any manager that just plays one. Exactly, especially in this league. And I don't know how far. It's a shame, because I think we all wanted to succeed because he's a nice bloke. But if he doesn't adjust, he's getting found out. This league is the hardest league in the world by a mile. And that is it. All the best ones adjust, don't they? All of them.
He's got to. Each game is different.
How do you think he'll play? So I'm going to ask you this one. How do you think he's going to set up against Liverpool? Like today?
The thing is you can invite Brentford, you can't invite Liverpool. You invite Liverpool, and you're going to get smashed all over the place.
Yeah.
So you just got to try and keep it tight at the back, but try and have a go at them.
This is where
it would be nice to score first.
This is where you need pace, though, isn't it? Because they're going to be all over us from minute one, under the lights at Anfield, a raucous atmosphere. You know what they're like. It's going to be tough, and you can't let in an early goal.
No, we need to hold out. We need to hold out for that first 10, 15 minutes is going to be so important. Because if we concede early, then the floodgates could open. I just think that we will. I think we'll have our chances against Liverpool, and I've got a funny feeling about it. I've just got a funny feeling that we're going to win.
How are we going to break? Yes, that's what worries me.
I don't think we need to worry about it. I just think that we are going to get chances. I think that they maybe they're going to be overzealous because they're the ones that need to go for it at the end of the day. Yeah. I just think that Son can't keep being crap on the break, can he?
I don't want to be horrible to the bloke, but I don't know how he starts.
Well,
the thing is, he doesn't seem to have to. When you see him when we go on break, and you know he's going to cut back. You know he's not going to try and take the man on.
That's what I said.
You know he's going to cut back, and I think I saw him at least 3 times cut back and then pass back to the halfway line. You just think Sonny of old would have.
You say that Mboma played brilliant today. Again, we should have gone for him. And you say he played brilliant. He did still play well, but this was a game where he wasn't at his best because of Spence, right? But he is a really good player. And I would have liked to see to go. I would have liked to have gone for him, to be fair. But I don't know how much money they would have wanted for him. Someone needs to remove the horseshoe button from that. Yeah, he played FIFA, isn't he? Yeah. No, I am right because I'd like to sit there and just battle and block and all this, and then hit him on the break, and then the ball will go to Kuleski, and you think, well, there's no good. Son will get it, run past it.
The other thing we've got on Thursday is that we've then got Villa at the weekend in the cup as well, and they're playing who? They're playing Plymouth or someone.
We're going to be absolutely knackered against
them. So they can go full strength Thursday, knowing that they're only playing Plymouth or wherever it is on the weekend.
We're going to be so tired against Villa.
If Liverpool are ever going to put a full strength Carabao team out, this is the game.
Do you think they will? I think they'll have 2 or 3 players. Because I think that's what they've done last time.
Look, we played better against the attacking teams.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we're not expecting anything. So we have some predictions then before we finish up. Go ahead, Dan.
I reckon we're winning 2-1.
Are you still on the medication after you're up?
No, I stopped it this morning, mate.
Guys, withdrawal. Simon?
I mean, Heart says we'll draw there. Head says we're going to get dicked. Head saying 3-1 Liverpool.
See, I was going to say, I was going to say 4-1. What's your predictions? Well, what's your prediction, Harry? Anyone that says
4-1 on the night or 4-1 overall?
4-1 on the night. I know, because I can't see us holding out. Do you know what I mean? Even if I know this is going to sound mad, but even if we had Simon's mate, right, I would think at least he can hit him on the break. I'm really worried about it.
Yeah, but he can't even hit a barn bloody door. So how we can hit him on the break?
Yeah, he's gone there. Look. He said 5-1.
Well, it makes a change for me to be the one that's backing us.
What about if we get an early goal? 9-1, Harry.
Yeah, there's not one part of me that sees us getting to the final. So if we do, then I'll be over the moon. But I just can't see it.
I'll tell you what,
for me, our biggest opportunity this season is Europa.
Right. I'll tell you what might happen. Right, let's put me sensible head on. We'll score a goal, right? Yeah, maybe against a runner play, and we'll think we're 2-0 up here, and then we'll blow it. Oh, I'm going to change mine actually to 3-2. Yeah.
My mind just keeps going back
So
to when
they
they
maybe
put
do that
6
on the
passes
line,
without even
that.
trying.
You what?
My mind just keeps going back to when they put 6 passes without even trying.
It's about how you put that down. Yeah. Because when you send me voice messages,
I know, mate, because I want to say things so quickly, my fingers and my brain can't type that fast.
Well, that's what I think, Nightglow, forcing to play in the counter attack. I do think that. And I do think when the better teams play against us, we are good on the transition, but we haven't got anyone to run. That's what gets me. I mean, also, you've got...
Everybody's expecting us to get hammered. Yeah. Everybody's expecting us to get hammered Thursday night.
What else you're not just dealing with Liverpool, you're also dealing with the Mo Salah dive. Did you see that one there? Oh, dear.
And no one in football wants the Newcastle Spurs final, do they?
No, they don't. No.
That's why it's going to happen.
Yeah, that'd be all right, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, did you see that the other day? I think it was against Bournemouth. When Salah got the penalty.
Yeah, but they've come out and said that VAR looked at it and everything, and it was a foul.
It wasn't.
Exactly. So what's VAR looking at then?
It does make you think if some things like the Arsenal got that red card back, and when you see it in slow motion, it was a naughty one. They got that back.
Yeah.
It seemed to be a narrative to.
How can you turn around and say to me, if a player's going in nowadays with his studs up towards another player, regardless of whether it hits him on his foot, his shin, or his knee, you're going in with your studs up? That's a red card.
It is a red card, yeah. I've just put up my sponsor there. If anyone is in the Shepherd area in Hertfordshire, needs their plumbing or some tiling doing, contact that number with the code and you get a 10% discount. He's a lovely man. He's agreed to sponsor us, so we're getting there. Yeah. Anything else you want to add, Dan? Simon, before we go?
No, I'm just pleased with. Look, it's been a good 3 days. Scored 5, conceded nothing. 3 academy players have got their first goals all in the same game. You kept it tidy against a team who would normally have given us a proper tough time today, and we've come through that unscathed. And I just think you can now look forward to the Carabao game, and hopefully the boys are getting some confidence.
Yeah, it's a good. They're still showing a togetherness, which is good, and they are still fighting. So that's a good sign, isn't it?
Yeah, I think from my point of view is that we're playing. Yeah, okay, we've won the 2 games. Okay, we got lucky in probably in today more than what we did on Thursday night, and it was just inevitable because they haven't played many games Elfsberg. So to win that was probably inevitable. But I think for me, when you haven't got the likes of Van der Ven playing, you haven't got Romero, you haven't got Udogie, you haven't got Vicario, you haven't got Maddison playing. Do you know what I mean? You haven't got Dominic Solanke playing, Odebert. You've got to look at what these young players are being forced into, firstly. Yeah. And they are, at the end of the day, youth can be our weapon because they will want to run all day. They'll be wanting to play football. So giving them the chance now, I think will pay for us dividends in the long run because the likes of Basuma and Bentancur and that are probably going to go next season anyway. So do you know what I mean? I'm all aware.
I heard he was getting offered another contract. I know Basuma was supposed to be going, but I heard they was going to offer Basuma Bentancur another contract.
I just want to see us maybe sign an attacking player, a winger or a forward type, maybe tomorrow. And if we can get another defender and a midfielder, I'm asking for lots, but we'll see what happens. Do you know what I mean?
Apparently, Andy's client said he wants an attacking player tomorrow.
I think there'll be a couple of players coming tomorrow, and that'll be a loan with an obligation to buy probably.
Yeah, I still think the games we've got ahead of us. If Solanke's not back till March, I think we need a striker.
Yeah, we've got to go all out for somebody. But you can't rely on Son to go and stand in the middle or Richarlison. That's shown today because they're both. I mean, I love Sonny, but his day is coming. So, mate, don't talk to me about this.
He's trying to wind you up, man. That's what you're doing.
That man does not need to be in my. He would never ever be in any of my Spurs teams. Never. Just don't like the bloke. Don't think he's any good. Think he's a liability.
Yeah, it's a shame though, because when we first signed him, we all thought that's the player we need.
Yeah, he was a cracking player for Brighton, wasn't he?
He was a cracking player. Mind you, it's a lot more pressure and a lot more on you, isn't it, when you join a supposed big club?
Yeah.
You don't get away with as much because they're not being watched as much. Do you know what I mean?
It's good, like Simon said, we've had a good couple of days. So I'm looking forward to Thursday night, to be honest. I've got a few bin dipper mates that need to be flipping reined in a little bit and brought back down to earth. So hopefully we can do it Thursday night.
I'll tell you what, if they could get a result and get to the final, that would give everyone a massive confidence boost.
Yeah, winning creates a good atmosphere. Winning starts to breed a good atmosphere. And if these young players start getting used to that winning theme, they don't want to lose that. Do you know what I mean? If they keep going, these leaders start appearing from nowhere. These young boys that have got a bit of grit and determination about them. Do you know what I mean?
When you play some of these young players that hardly play, I've always thought to myself, they bring an element of surprise as well to the opposition because they don't know much about them, do they?
Yeah.
And in a cup game like this, a one-off, might be a good time to throw a few of them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I must say I'm looking forward to Odegaard coming back because I think his pace we've missed, and I don't think we've seen the best of him yet.
I can't remember what the day was. I've got it here. When was he coming back?
Is that the end of Feb?
Odegaard's the 10th of Feb. Yeah, none of them back. There's four of them back. Udogie, Odegaard, Johnson are back on the 10th, and Werner. They're back on the 10th, yeah. So Vicario's back on the 3rd. He won't be thrown in, I don't think, now. Yeah, but a lot of them are coming back. So let's just keep the faith, eh? Or maybe play Mikey Moore again. He might give him a go against Liverpool because he can break, can't he? But
I'd bring him on late on, to be honest.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'm trying to think who else there is.
If we're still in the game and they're still going for it, I think he's him and that Elise. Bring them on, throw some fresh legs in there, get them running around.
Do you know what though? It's a massive week, isn't it? Because we could quite easily go out of both these competitions, and that's the confidence low again. It's such a massive week, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is. And then you say,
you know what? I would take beating Liverpool and losing to Villa. I would take that.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. Yeah, because as I said, I think they're going to have to put such a phenomenal effort in against Liverpool. They're going to be absolutely shattered against Villa. So I think that's like 48 hours later, isn't it?
I mean, I'd love to get past to get get it right. So this is Man United, Man City, and Liverpool on the way to the final. That would be mental, right?
Yeah, yeah. And then they'll lose to Newcastle.
Well, I mean, it looks like Arsenal found their scoring boots. So
yeah, because I don't think that's over. I mean, I've seen a lot of Arsenal fans talking. They think I don't think that's over. But they lost at home to
City. Weren't very good though.
Oh, they were rubbish. As I said to you, I watched the first goal go in. The mistake what City made at the back, and I thought I'm not even going to bother watching this. And then I turned it off.
Newcastle. If you're going to play Newcastle, you don't want to be at St James's for the second leg, really.
Yeah, but they just lost at home to Fulham. They're up and down. They're a weird old team.
They are.
Right, gentlemen, I do have to run.
Yeah, right. We're going to go. Cheers for joining us, lads, and we will see what happens on Thursday. Up the Spurs, boys. Thank you very much.
Spurs?
Shalom.
See you later.